Sorry that this video isn't any better than it is, but maybe we can get something out of it. It's a good job getting out in the middle of the court, right in that circle. That's your ball. Good look at it. Again, nice look. Good closely guarded count. Look at you hustle over here to get that sideline again. Ron didn't stop the clock. Stop the clock, give the direction signal. Then if you want to point at the baseline saying he was out of bounds, do that last. First thing is to stop the clock. This ball's going to get stolen here in just a moment, and Colbert comes straight up the court. Don't run out toward the sideline. On these steals, come straight up the court, and then when you get in the front court, you can adjust your position. Again, you arc out really good. Here's Ron's foul call, but he doesn't tell us who the shooter is. He tells us 2 shots. We know it's 2 shots. What he needs to tell us is who our shooter is. Anybody could have walked up there, and I'll bet we wouldn't have known. Look where you're standing, Colbert. You need to be outside the lane. Be outside the lane, right next to number 23 on the first shot. Right there by the block. And then on the next shot here, you want to back out to about where the H or L. Yes, that's good. And I like where Ron is as well. Hustle up the court, full speed, whenever that ball is ahead of you when you're the trail. Don't turn your back, or you have to turn your back, I guess, but turn your head so you know where the ball is and what's happening with the ball as much as possible. Don't leak out. You're fast. Nobody's going to beat you down the court. So you don't want to be in a hurry to take off before somebody gets possession. We call that leaking out or bailing out when you're the trail. Make sure somebody's got possession. Then if it's going the other way, you can take off. Did a good job getting underneath there and getting this thing set up for Ron after he... Do you see you bounce the ball there and we're staying in front court? In front court on the end line, you hand the ball. Don't bounce the ball in front court on the end line. Now you got him on the sideline. You can always bounce the ball on the sideline. Good job. Ron's got his 5-second count. Good job. Don't let this ball get too far ahead of you. You want to be behind it, but you don't want to be too far behind it. That's a good adjustment there as the trail. Except maybe you could have been in right on the division line. Still a very good adjustment. Hustle over there. One of the really good attributes you have, Colbert, is your speed and your quickness, so you want to emphasize those. Use that all the time. Be as quick as you can. Don't be on the same side here as Ron. You came up the same side that Ron was on. Always got to balance the court. There's good running there. Good. In fact, we probably had a foul right there. So we got to be able to run and be able to see what's going on at the same time. When you're the lead, you want to win that race down to the baseline, or you want to lose that race if you tied like you did on that last one. Sometimes we don't have the very good look that we'd like to have. Good foul signal. Really good foul signal. Nice job. Zip out here. Stop. Stop while you do all that. See, you never did stop. Come out there and stop, and get that hand up. And think of that hand as a stop sign. Stop sign. last shot of that quarter. You look very athletic. Accentuate your athleticism whenever possible. And there's a difference between being a fast runner and being quick on the court as well. And I think you've got attributes for both. And you want to use them whenever possible. Let's see what you do on this throw-in. We don't want to hand the ball. We always want to bounce the ball on the sideline. Count your teams. Don't assume they're going to come back with 5 people. Good bounce, except you're on the court. Probably want to be off the court when you bounce the ball there on the sidelines. Don't be straight lined. Probably I would encourage you to hustle a little more when you're going to be the new lead, to get to the baseline a little sooner. Use that speed. That's a great adjustment right there. Now readjust. Don't stand right there because the ball's in a different place in the lane. And you leaked out again. Once the ball came off the rim, you were taken off for this end. Wait and officiate. Make sure the team coming this way gets possession before you take off. Hustle up there. That's it. Sometimes we really have to bust our butts, especially in 2-person when we're the trail. You were leaking out again right there as the trail. Don't be in a hurry to leave. You have great speed. They're not going to beat you, freshman boys. They're not going to beat you down the court very often. Go straight up the middle of the court. Maybe we didn't even see you in the picture. Don't ever let that ball get up for a shot in the front court without you being in the front court. Bust your butt and hustle up to front court. Now when we went into this timeout, you were the trail. You should be the new lead here. And you switched it around. Now Ron's the new lead. Come out of timeouts in the same position you were when you went into the timeout. Ron could come ball side over here now. On this side, should have a 5-second count going right there, Colbert. Nice pass. I love it when kids make good passes like that. Such a beautiful game when they play it right. See Ron, that whole series of rebounds there, Ron was way too deep. And Ron's not blessed with the great speed that you are. But he still has to come down. Good foul. Oh, travel signal. Okay. Remember to use your voice. Use your voice on travels. Use your voice on out of bounds. Use your voice on foul calls. Use your voice to tell us who the shooter is. Use your voice to tell us where the ball's going to come in at for throw-ins and who's going to bring it in. You get in the middle of the lane. Sometimes the middle of the lane is a good place to be, but then when the shot goes up, that's not a good place to be. There you go. Good adjustment on your part coming out in the middle of the court. That's very good. Hustle down there. Hustle down there. Yeah. Put the hustle in first. Then you'll know you'll always be there in time. Come report your foul. Stop. Awfully close there. You call that a player control foul. From where I was sitting at the time, I couldn't see what happened on that. I couldn't see it very well on the video as well. It's not great video, but player control fouls are a big deal. So when you call a player control foul, use your voice, say offense, give a direction signal, and send it the other way. Now see, you and Ron are both on the same side of the court there. You came up the wrong side of the court again. You're still on the same side of the court that Ron was on. You're both on the same side of the court and we have nobody over on the other side. Now you recognize it, I think. Now you're coming back out the wrong side of the court. You and Ron are on the same side of the court again. See that? Always want to balance. Balance the court. Don't be in a hurry to get this timeout going. Give kids a chance to get to the huddle. Make sure coach has his full 30-second timeout. There's no hurry for us to get that timeout going. And once they ask you for a timeout, you blow the whistle. The next thing for you to do is to watch the kids go to the huddle. We'll get the paperwork done later, but watch the kids go to the huddle because sometimes there's crossing of players and there's a chance for some dead ball contact sometimes when they go to the hole on timeouts. Once again, get out of that lane. Come right over here and stand next to number, number 5. Right there on the block. On that first shot. Also, your shirt's too big for you. Next year, either take that shirt and get it tailored a little bit. Get the sleeves tailored. Get it tailored on the side so it fits you a little bit. You've got a really good athletic build, so you want to accentuate that. You go out on the court with a shirt that is way too big. Doesn't help your court presence at all. Now see, if you'd have come over on this side of the court, you'd have had it wide open. Whoops, are you on the wrong side of the court again? Ron's on this side of the court. You and Ron. See, now Ron had to run over on the other side to get you guys balanced. Make sure you're cognizant of where your partner is because each one of you wants to be on a different side of the court and have a different sideline to be responsible for. I'll see when that shot goes up, I think you're way too deep. You probably want to be down there somewhere toward the top of the key. Did a nice job hustling around there, getting the ball, get them set up. Make sure you got black on the underneath. Once again, you're standing in the lane. That's an easy thing to correct. Hopefully Ron counts. You want to count every time we have a sub. Make sure we count. Probably want to be a little wider on this second free throw. Good count. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Use that speed. Now you went ball side, that's good. Hustle over there, hustle. Run over there. Accentuate that speed. Ron stopped the clock nicely that time. Waiting for a sub. Anticipate subs on every whistle. In a high school game, I'll bet 85% of the whistles there's a sub coming in. Okay, and Ron should come directly across this side of the floor to balance the floor. Here he is. He kind of diagonal to the end line. He could diagonal to the sideline over here. Good adjustment on your part. That's the way. Get an open look. Good. Now run down there. Run. Use your speed. Hustle to that baseline. Work physically hard. Ron's arced out really well, and you see he's right at the division line or even in back court. We're trying to stall a little bit here now, I think, toward the end of the game, as I recall. You see Ron leaking out there before Black got control of the ball. So I think you've got lots of potential. Lots of potential. There are just some things that you could do to clean some things up. And we'll look forward to watching your progress. And if you get a chance to come to camp in the summer, see, when you work on a game like this in the camp game, somebody can be right with you going up and down the court, putting stuff in your ear all the time. I think you'd be a big contributor to CSBOA down the line.